traffic congestion on Street Hackney Cross with a delay of 19 minutes due to...
Welcome everyone. Can't hear myself that well because this thing is over my ears. Welcome guys. Welcome to the live. So happy to have you guys in. It's been a while. Hope you guys hear me. Like I just adjust my earpiece. Hope you guys hear me good. All right. Welcome, as I said, to Monday. It's been a while. And it's a new month too. It's a brand new month. Brand new month. So let's enjoy this month together. Okay, I need to go in the chat section here. Okay. Give me a minute, guys. Make I just adjust my live. I need to adjust it. Okay. I think it's okay now. All right. Capture moment. All right, we have 2 person in the chat, 2 person watching. Welcome to the live. How you guys doing today? I'm not sure, but is what I'm seeing, is that right? Not sure if what I'm seeing is correct. Okay, welcome everyone. I assume that you guys are hearing me well. Today we have a topic also. I would like you guys to join in. You know, what was better in the past versus today? Very important. Very important. Just imagine what's going on around us. So I have question here. What was better in the past versus now versus today? So guys, in this live, I'm just here to get your okay, adjust something. All right. Yeah, I'm just here to get your thought, guys, to find out what you think and if you want to contribute. Food price. That's a hey, welcome, enjoy. That's a good way to start it off. Food price. It's crazy. It's really crazy, guys. Imagine, yeah, food price number 1. So I will put that down as number 1. Big difference. And this is not a long time ago. We're talking about 2019, 2018. Compare, 2018. Let's say 2018. Today is 2026. So you can see whatever was going on that time, compare price now to today. So food prices for you is the biggest issue. I agree with you 100%. 100%. Some people say maybe the housing system. Some people maybe You know, I don't know, because you see, they said that especially in this era that they increase the government minimum wage, but it cannot match up to what going on with inflation. Inflation is like almost maybe 50%, you know. So whatever they say that they do now, it actually take out, it wipe out whatever increase that they're saying that you get. Any increase you get, it will wipe out clean, and it set you back big time. So compared to 2019 up until 2019, yeah, 2019, 2018, 2019, let's say 2019, yeah, just before that pandemic hit us, I 100% sure that a lot of people would say those were some good time. Just before that happened, it was some real good time. You know, there was an article I saw. Actually, they played so many times all over social media, saying that the population of the world was getting too big, too much people. And not just that, they were seeing like the um the poor class of people, what they consider to be poor, that this way of standard life ways was actually coming up. Like they were getting too good, too they was getting rich, put it that way, you know. So the article was saying that they need to do something, and these are rich people talking around it, around themselves, that they need to do something to change that, because if you have the population of the world getting out of poverty and you have less people in poverty, it don't really benefit some of these people, you know, the rich people, because they want it to be unbalanced. They don't want to be balanced. That's a food for thought, guys. If you think I'm joking, you check it out for yourself. They want everything to be unbalanced. It must not be balanced. It must not be balanced. So that's what they want. So yes, food price is one. Good morning again to you. Welcome for the truth. Welcome. Yes, they want everything to be unbalanced, so life will be difficult, much difficult for people who is trying to make it up and up the ladder, you know. So what happened between 2019, it that disaster that happened set back a lot of us. Hey, welcome to you. Welcome. Good morning. Yes, I think I was in your live before. Miss welcome to you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, they what happened in 2019 has set back everyone financially in every way you can think of. That gap between 2 years gap and up to 5 years wipe out a lot of people savings, completely wipe out people saving. Whatever they had, they have to find ways now how to start all over again. It totally wipe out. And then just as we're coming out of that pandemic, then here come war in Europe area there, and that does add even make it worse. Hey, oh my God! So you're saying I was not there a long time ago, but I wish we could have stayed in the village. Village life is beautiful. I'm telling you, life is beautiful. Village life is now becoming even better than any other place on earth. Living in just remote area, people actually leave in big countries to find remote areas to go and live. I'm telling you, because you don't need much. You just need to set up a good haven, somewhere you can stay. And you don't really need much to survive, like when you're in big countries, you can survive off basic things. Basic things. So yeah. But 2019, I'm telling you, is something compared to what's going on right now. It's crazy. Almost 7 years. It's crazy. 7 years there about. So, what is your thought, guys, with the topic? If you have anything to share, what was better in the past versus today? Concerning the topic, I think I put in the description also added. What money advice would you give yourself, your younger self? So, if you could go back in time, what money advice would you give? One day I would just go to the village and have my own plant and vegetable. That is one of the most important thing right now. And a lot of people cannot even, I even mentioned this yesterday, a lot of people don't even have, you cannot even get the original seed or plant to do anything, to plant the real, a seed that can rejuvenate. Most of what we get nowadays, they only can bear one time and that's it. Because they mess around it so much, you know, that they don't want people to have food security in their own way. Food security in your own way, where you don't have to have fertilizer and all these things. Natural way of going about it, the real way, you know. So this is one of the things that we I would like to see change. I like to see things go back to that life where you could just have these type of living simple. Will that happen again? I don't know. That's $1 million question. I don't know if this life will ever happen again. If we ever have this opportunity again to go back into that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I wish if it could happen, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. Because people, they plant stuff now, but most of the things that we plant, it cannot replant because the seed, I'm talking about the seed, you need the seed. So if you have corn, the some country call it maize, the yellow corn, the white corn, whatever it is. When you're repeating, if those seed cannot rejuvenate and come back, then that's a problem because you would have to keep on buying seed from the farm store, and that's not good. Greetings, sharpening iron. Bless up, my brother. Yes, I'm just here, guys, interacting, and we're trying to get ideas together. We're asking the question, as you can see in the topic. So I don't know if you have anything to share, sharpening iron. What was better in the past versus today? And also, what advice would you give to the your younger self? And by doing that, you're giving advice to the younger generation that should come after us. You know, what money advice would you give your younger self? So if you're going back into time, if one of the topic I wanted to put up was to ask if we could live over our life and go back to age 18, what would you do different now, then than what you did before? If you could go back there, what would you do different? So that's one of the question I also wanted to ask. Utilize and enjoy to progress. Unity and enjoy the okay. Yes. So yeah, and in financially, I think for me personally, if I have a better understanding than what I understand now, I think um, certain type of investment I would have ventured into, you know, like property investment, real estate investment, those things. If I was in my 20 now, if I could go back to my 20, then these are some things that I would do different. I would focus on investing in property and stuff like that, because I can see now how important property is compared to then. Stop spending money for fast food. Yes, man. When I don't know if that will ever stop, because the younger generation that we have now, not much of them would want to cook their own food. You know, life changed over the years. So the younger generation, if you notice them, they will not all. You will still have a lot of them that will learn to cook and cook for themselves. But because of how life is set now compared to how most of us was grow up, um, everything is on the go, fast movement. People don't deal with, that's why a lot of people cannot live in village life, country life. The reason why they're used to this fast-paced movement and everything, they cannot see themselves adjusting into a slow environment where you don't have to do much to survive. You don't have to do much to survive. So young people really, unless we have some young people here can help us to understand some the difference. But what I see from young people, that fast food will be one of the main thing. Eating out. It doesn't matter if it's a fast food place or what, but eating out at restaurant will be a big issue. Good morning. Good morning to you also, David. Welcome. Good morning. Fast food gonna always be one thing that I don't know if the younger generation will ever get rid of that. It would only get worse. I would tell my younger self to never take that first drink. Oh my God. You know what? I think there's so much things we could tell our younger self that we not do. There's so many. It's not one, but plenty things. Plenty things. I can speak from experience. There's so many things I would do differently now. You know, there's so many things I would do differently now. But the thing is, we cannot. It's hard to change the past. We can only make right with what we're doing now, but it's very hard to change what we did then. Only God could give us the power to go back in time, right? All of us wish if we could do that. As for me, definitely, I would see myself doing so many different things. You know, I would see myself doing so much different things compared to now. Yeah, but if you somebody that enjoys something, it then it takes time before you can change that habit. But it's everybody to their own way, because we cannot tell you how to live your life and what to do. You have to be the one to do that, with your inner man, your inner strength. We always talk about the inner strength, you know. but we all have something that we would definitely want to get rid of, for sure, 100%. Yeah, I think one of my biggest issue now is social media. Social media become one of the biggest problem for me, definitely, because I find myself hooked so much now on social media than ever before, and this is something that wasn't a thing for like me. I don't even know how I reached to this stage in life, because this was me. If anybody know me before, you would never find me doing 90% of this type of things. As in, I I'm hooked on social media because I use it for everything, especially on my phone, for news, for everything. So yeah, nevertheless, all of those experiences got us to the point, and I was grateful for it, because some did not make it this far. Yeah, that you see, as I said, and to be honest, we all need some form of experience, either good or bad, to help us to make it better, either for other people that is coming, or to is like they say that you go through the mill sometime, like a clay. You have to go through the process to become a greater person. So most of us end up even better, even if we did want to change some of our past. We still, most of us still end up to be a better person now. So 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. But social media is something else, guys, where I don't know if it's bothering you, or not say bothering, but if you find yourself in that position like me, I'm telling you, I'm so hooked on social media, and social media wasn't like that in my life up until my late 20s. I wasn't a social media person. You will never find me here talking like this. Hey, I was a very quiet person. You will never see me stand up in a crowd and say I have something to say. I wasn't like that. I'm still young. My God give me the wisdom to do the right decision, to do the right decision now when I have money. Yeah. If well, that's what I'm saying. If you are young, you can share, because it's good for sharing your thought also, so we can understand. Yeah, but you have to make the right decision now. If you say you're young, if you're still in your 20s, what one thing I find out is that when I was in my when I was about 15, somewhere there, I always saying I want to reach to 18. I, wa- you know, I don't know if you guys have this experience, right? You're always pushing to say, "Oh, I can't wait the day I become 18." I consider as a man, young adult, you can actually leave your parents' house at that age. You can, go out on your own if you financially can do so, or get a job, whatever the case may be. And then when I reach to that age, then I start to press for something else. Oh, I can't wait till I reach maybe 25. I want to see what life is at 25. And you continue pressing. And then while you're doing this, you don't realize that if you're if you're if you're wishing to get to this age quickly, and you're not really planning properly what you really want to do or become, then you're finding yourself reaching to age up to 30, and then you start to wonder what did I accomplish for the last 10 years? I mean, did you have the goal? Did you set your goal? Did you get what you are looking for? Would you want to start back over from age 20 again to come back up to amend the mistake that you make? Poly, 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 poly. So these are general questions where We can always ask ourselves, guys, because I remember always want to push ahead and push ahead. But now, at my age now, I'm thinking, can it slow down now? Because you reach an age now, you find out that your age moving like this. You find out that the years are coming quicker and quicker the older you get. And you want to put a stop on it. It's not easy though. You want to put a stop on the age because you find out that your time is passing so fast that now you're seeing age 40 come, 42, 43, 44, 45, and you're looking soon on age 50. And you're saying, my God, how did I get here? Like, did I really ask for the time to run so fast? Because I don't know if you notice, guy, but when you get a certain age, the time start to move quicker. Like the years are shorter, they are coming faster. And then we are here saying what is better in the past versus now. I can remember when food was much cheaper, gas price was seriously cheap. If you have $100, what you could get for 100 at that time, $100 now can barely get you. So if, for example, if you could come out the supermarket with 2 bags or 3 bags of, let's say 4 bags back in the days of grocery. Now for the same $100, I'm using $100 as an example, or maybe £60, or yeah, $100 as an example. That same money now, you may be coming out with half of a bag, not even a full bag of grocery. That's a big gap of what happened to you, the weight of your currency. Your money actually sink in value. There's no value. And it doesn't matter, like, as I was saying at the beginning, that, in every country, I think this is in every country, I'm not sure, is that you have an annual salary increase where it comes from the government mostly. Private sector may do it for the employers, but you have the government one that do annually. As I said, I don't know if it's the same for your country, but here in the UK, I know they do that. In Jamaica, I know they do that. But I don't know if it's for every country. But the problem is inflation is ever moving. The gap is so big between increase and inflation. It's two different things. And if every time, and you cannot ever reach to that same level, because if they increase your salary based upon inflation, then you will always keep equal and ahead, as in you can break even. But you imagine what $100 could buy a couple years back, and that same $100 now cannot do that. That's called inflation. Everything has been sucked up. In Jamaica, I remember when the currency was $13 to $1. Just think about it, guys. $13, 13 Jamaican dollar to $1. That's the time I grew up in, because it was a little cheaper than that, lower than that, maybe 10 somewhere there. And now it's 100, and let's say almost 160. It factor rate because it's up and down. So let's say 160. It depends where you go. It can be 150, 154. you can 150, let's use 150 Jamaican dollar can only get you $1. So you see, the time when I was growing up, it was at $13 per one, 13 JA for $1 currency. Now, as I speak to you now, it's 150 plus for $1. That's a big difference. That's a big difference, and that caused by mismanagement of government, because the fund or the asset that they have, they mismanage it so bad that they have to sell out every asset that the country have. But I have a big problem of spending on not really important things. I am really trying to adjust, but it's not easy. I think all of us could say that, we always end up spending wrongfully. I think all of us could say that we have such experience, and it comes down to discipline, money management, and all these things. But what? You need to enjoy, you need to shop, you need to do something for yourself, especially if you work hard. You need to have time to enjoy what the hand of your labor. You need to have time to enjoy it, and it's up to you how to spend it. But yeah, I think all of us would say that. I think I can personally say that. Sometimes I end up buy something that is not really important or needed. So I think all of us could attest to that, that we have that issue. So you can see the gap between the past and today. And we can, my first comment at the top, the first comment when I asked the question was food price. That was the first comment from Andrew there. And it doesn't matter if you want to go away from it, but you always come back to the same thing, because if you're a family person, that's what would, a part of your day-to-day life activity. Now, back to what I was saying, when I said mismanagement by government. Now, as I said, I can only speak for what I know about. So, for example, in Jamaica, we own the state governments own the factory, like sugar factory. They own there are partnership in the mining, big partnership, like 50-50 was, I think. They are owner of the banana industry. They have import market for the cocoa. I don't know if you guys know what is cocoa. Let's say Dashin, Scotch bonnet pepper. All these are big market I'm talking about, that the government have a lot, was ownership in most of it. Did I say sugar? Yes, sugar. Yeah. And a lot more that I could name. Air Jamaica. Jamaica did have their own airline. Yeah, Air Jamaica. And a lot more. But over the years, mismanagement, so the company go broke. They have to sell them out, as in the government, sell them on private, put them into private contractors, private owners. And every time you do that, what happens is that the value of your country is depleting, because now you don't have asset, you have less asset. And every time you sell out something, you get less asset. So that means you don't have enough export to get the foreign currency to come in. So the less export you have, what happens is your import start to increase. Can you imagine now? If you don't have anything to sell, you have to buy. And that is what happened over the years of mismanagement of all different parties that take control of the government. Everybody they come in and do the same thing. Back in the days, Jamaica did it all. Jamaica was even producing their own rice. All of that, no more. Kenya now is very expensive. Everything will go up so fast. Yeah. Because production in your country or in my country is going down so much that they have to depend on overseas market to buy and fill the gap. So look at it now. You start to import more than what you export. You have an imbalance right there. You start to import more item than what you export. You have a big imbalance. You have a big imbalance there. And that's how everything get from bad to worse, because now and then we have climate change on top of that. Some people don't want to talk about that. I know it's not every place it affects the same, right? So why I'm saying it, because I remember, coconut also. Coconut was a big exporter in Jamaica. They stopped export most of these things because there were different type of disease that came out and kill off a lot of these crops that we have. Even the banana was destroyed by a type of disease. Most of it now, they still own it, but it's not much like before. The ackee industry, that also crashed. That was a big issue. Um, the mining industry is completely crashed. I don't even know if they're doing any form of mining now. So the thing that was bringing wealth to the country, most of that is gone. So everything they depend on now is overseas. And who is the one that benefit from these overseas thing? Who benefit the most is the richer country, because they are mass producing in such a way that they outdo the smaller countries. So these are some of the things I don't know. Me personally couldn't change it, but I wish if the government could have do better back in the days compared to what we are now or where we are now. So as I said, guys, there's a lot of questions and a lot of answers, but can we really do anything to change the situation now? That is a question. What can we do now to change this situation? Because look what's going on around us, from one to the other. So we just finished 2019. We have a pandemic. Sharply after, we are in issue with war. Now we have a next war going on. So things just is changing so fast, so rapidly, that the economy of the world have getting so much shock that it cannot recover. There's so much shock wave coming through that you just cannot recover. It not getting time to recover, and that is putting a lot of more burden on people day-to-day life and activity. As I mentioned before about social media, I said social media, a lot of people hook now on social media in such a way that I don't know if you guys know TikTok. If you go on TikTok, you will be amazed to see what happened over there. it's like it become a place for people to come and just solid. They do some crazy thing there, and then that's where you actually find out how bad it is for a lot of people in all different parts of the world. Because before when I first hear about TikTok, TikTok was known for young people, only for young people, dancing, entertainment, whatever. Now, if you go on TikTok, you're surprised to find you have more old. When I say old people, adult, a lot more adult now more than young people. And greed, yes, that is the truth. Greed destroy all of us. We are all guilty here. So true. We start working around the clock, yes. Consumer rate went through the roof. Consumer rate, yeah, yes. Demands, there are more demands. And the family diminished, lost value. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's not easy. I need to turn off this thing, machine here. What can we do now? Because the next problem that is coming to face human being, the human race, we're in big trouble, yeah. We know one day God have to come back for this world. It can never be like this forever. If it's like this forever, mankind will never have peace. We have a bigger issue coming, guys. A thing called AI. We have a bigger thing coming. It's going to replace so much of us. Because we don't need to be here telling you story or talking like this. AI will do all of that now for you. You just need to buy, or there's some free one, the program, and you can do, it can do anything you can imagine. And it's gonna be using for good and bad, it's very sad, guys, but it's gonna be using for good and bad. That's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be a situation where you're gonna use for good and bad. But I hope it used for mostly good and not much bad. But unfortunately, it started to use for bad already because it's going on. If you listen to the news, I know a lot of people don't even want to listen to news anymore because there's nothing good to hear from it. I think the human race will be tested like never before. I hope I'm not giving you a bad Monday, guys. But the reality is there. We will be tested like never before. We will be tested in our faith, in our walk with God. Will be tested like never before. As Shaman, I answer, this is already happening and being used. Manipulate the way we think. Definitely so. Definitely so. I know it's happening long time. It's just that it they always talk about certain things, and in our mind we are thinking, oh, it's way off, it's not gonna happen for the next couple of years from now. But these things overtake us so quickly now that we are here thinking and we don't realize that it's going on, as the Shaman Iron says, happening from a long time. It overtaking us so quickly. One time ago, when they remember you talk about the mark of the beast and all these things, yeah. You cannot buy and sell without you having the mark and all these things. No, one time ago we did, even smartphone nowadays, we didn't even want to hear about certain things. But now a lot of us using the same things that is like a pathway to reach to where this thing will become even stronger and is going to come at a day when you have to, if you want to still remain buy and sell and able to do business in different parts of the world. This thing is overtaking us so fast that we don't even realize what's going on. Remember, one time it was only cash. No, we don't need cash anymore. That day's gone long time. You don't even have to work with cash. I see it so much time. Kenya is a good example. When you watch in Kenya, I watch a lot of video from Kenya. My good friend Amar and all the other Kenyans, YouTubers there. M-Pesa. You just put in a person number, boom, 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 and you transfer money done. Your pay is done. That's it. You don't have to work with cash anymore. They have so much ways now. You don't have to do these things anymore. What can we change? What was the topic? What was better in the past versus today? As you say, our brain has been rewired. And some people, when you say that, they were maybe some people was thinking, how can your brain be rewired? Like, how can they reprogram you? It's very easy, guys, because it's the same technology that we are every day. If somebody is telling you that the sky is red every single day and they keep pointing that into you, everywhere you turn, you see that same message, and you know the sky is always blue, but they are keep advertising and telling you this every single day. Eventually, one day, if you're not strong, you might say to them, "Oh yes, the sky is red for real. It's not blue." So this is how they reprogram people. They do it from even I always said this long before, that if you want to change a community or change a whole system in people's life, you start from the baby. And that's what these different programs do. They start from the young one. Nowadays, how we grow children now, we keep buy them a tablet and we leave them to enjoy. Or you give them a phone, you set it on some play children friendly stuff, and you give them, as you enjoy. Young baby, maybe what, 4 months, 6 months, but you don't know what's going on. This program that they watch is the one that reprogram them. It's the one that telling them things that you don't even know about. So when they come up at the age of understanding, the work has done already in every single thing. If you want to change something, you don't start from the older people because their mind is set already. You go to the young ones, to the babies. That's where you start. If you pay attention, generally hand our children electronic device way earlier than this system and raising them while we are distracted. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. That's what's going on. Guys, I need to turn off this machine. I'm back. That's what I'm saying, because we didn't grow like that. We didn't get, even in our time when we were growing up, what would be what would be the latest thing in the world at that time for me? What would be the thing that would I say influenced me? Radio. And that time we only have maybe like 5 radio station, or maybe 2. The TV, which I never have TV. Growing up with a lot of TV exposure until a certain age, you know. And the TV or only one station, we have one station from the government. That's it. No more than that. So it's the same thing. You will see same type of program every day, nothing different. The music was different. So that influence that we have then it wasn't that strong, but now it's a different world. We all of us is experienced, no matter what age you are, we are experiencing. Even people that is up to age 80, 90, the younger generation trying to show them, they might not understand it, but they're trying to show them, like grandchildren, great grand, they will show them a little about what's going on now, even if they're not going to remember how to do it and stuff. So we are in a very serious time. Some people say, let it be because technology is good. Even churches now, they use technology so much that people don't even walk with a simple Bible or book anymore, because everything is in the phone, everything is on the computer. There's so much value that we lose over the years that we don't realize that this thing is taking us over so quickly. By the time we start to wake up to it, it's going to be very late for us, unfortunately. Unfortunately. What was better in the past versus now? Guys, I don't know. As I said, the question, can we change it? Because as we are here, we are on technology now. We are on AI. There's a next thing coming after AI that's going to be worse than that, in good or bad way. Because nowadays, did you know that there's some place now, I don't know if this happened in the US, but there's some place here now that they will accept if you, the AI can write it can write almost anything for you. Because they have this one over here named Chat GP. And there's some place that accept it if even if it's your resume I'm talking. You just tell it what you want to write and it will write it for you. What you say? ATM. Aye. ATM is in church. I never see that one. ATM machine is in church. I don't. So far, I don't see that. I saw something online where they put that you can do bank transfer and all these things. Yeah, I see some church do like that. Like you can, if you're watching them now, like you're watching me, I put up the website and you can, the account, whatever, you can do bank transfer. But you're talking a real ATM, like what is at the bank where you put your card in to withdraw money or to deposit. You're saying some church have that inside the church now? So you can deposit, you can withdraw money from it and deposit, or it's only for paying your tithes and offering? I'm telling you, that's where we are now, guys. And this is all about, unfortunately, yes, in the USA. Oh my God, that's serious. And this is why we have a situation where people don't really trust certain things anymore, because they make it to be more like a business and not a God-fearing era, place to be. Is not anymore of a place where you really come and feel the presence of God or have that fear, not afraid, but fear, or that you can feel like there's something here that you don't have and you want to have it. It's not like that for a lot of churches nowadays. That can be a topic on itself. That can be a topic on its own. It's unfortunate, but it's true. I think we are living in a time of just to feel good, the feel good moment. I think that's where most of us is now. Just to feel good. Just to feel good. There was one time ago when there's certain things you would never consider to happen, especially in a church, since you bring up this ATM in the church. But now everything happened. Almost. I'm not saying all church, because you still have the church that is still holding on. But it's few, is not much anymore. But this is serious. Why would you need an ATM in the church? I mean, I think that's a reasonable question. And church wasn't built to be all about money. Church was the church was designed for people, a space of safety and a reckoning with you and your maker. That was the purpose of church, not to get rich off people back or anything like that. You know, you contribute on your own will if you want, but the contribution really go towards upkeeping, helping the poor set if they have a program where they buy food and distribute in the area, give to poor people, paying the light bill and stuff like that, to keep it open, you know, but not to like getting a salary from it. No, that wasn't the intention of God. I'm 100% sure, because it's there, it's written. It's all about the saving of man's soul. That was the purpose of it. A place where you can come and feel safe, and to feed the spiritual part of you, not necessarily the physical part of you. But that's where we are now. ATM in church. Wow, that's something else. I never see that one coming. And at the same time, a lot of people not working with cash anymore. So I guess they're the one that asks them to put an ATM in the church so they can contribute. I don't know. It could be. It could be. Guys, what if, as I mentioned, there was a research that came out here in the UK that you see the honey that we have. Oh, okay. Come on, bringing all the tithes into the storehouse, that there will be meat in the. There will be meat. Sharpening iron. I know this scripture very well. I know this scripture very, very well. But everything is in context, It's in context. I know this scripture very well, and this is scripture that a lot of false prophet use today. I call them false preacher and not sincere with God. They use this all the time. Yeah, they use this all the time. They use this one because they only pick what they want to benefit them. So this scripture I know very well, and I will pour you out. Yeah, I know this one, and I will prove you now. I know this one very well. Herewith, if I will not open the window of heaven and pour you out a blessing, thus there shall not be room enough to receive it, because the verse encourage faithful givers, offering and tithes and income of project. All of this is true because it's written there. It is written there. It is true, but it's not to get rich off people. That's not the intention of God. For one or two persons to use this to get rich, for enrich themselves, that wasn't the purpose of it. The church need money to survive, just like every other. Yeah, that I 100% agree with that, Charmaine. I am 100%. But you can see for yourself, not all of them is the same. Not all of them is the same. You know, nowadays in church, everything is salary now. You have to pay the musician, you have to pay the secretary, you have to pay this one, you have to pay. It's all about salary. Yes, the institution, yes. But was that the real intention from God for human? Or was it a place for you to be safe and to get spiritual food, feeding your body, your mind, and helping you throughout your life to get to be a better person in Christ? Was that the real intention of God? You know, the same God also said, thou shalt not live by bread alone. You know, when Jesus was here, he turned over all the table. Why? Because they were gambling in the house. That was a temple that they were selling and buying and gambling, and he turned over all of them. And he said, my house shall not be. You know, so a lot of people preach some part and they don't preach the other part. You cannot group them all together. We have to hold in accountability. No, it's that I don't want to be misunderstood. I don't want to. When I say the church, I'm talking about the church of the living God. That will never change. Just as what he said, I build my church upon this rock, the gate of hell shall not prevail. So that one, I'm not grouping everyone, but the problem is that we have a lot of people now that the bandwagon is so vast, is so wide that you can hardly find. You can hardly find now. It's like you're in the sun trying to find something, you know, that is really doing according to what the Bible says you should do. You can hardly find that now. I don't know, Charmaine Iron, if you remember this, it came out on the news. This pastor got shot up in the church in New York, somewhere in New York, around New York area, I think. The amount of jewelry this guy have on him, they give us the worth of it. How much? I don't remember how much. If it was like 100,000, some, but a big value of money. And when they do the background check on this person, he was just like a scammer. He was just like a scammer. I don't know if you know this story, Charmaine Iron. Because it was on the news for some time. This person have so many jewelry, and this jewelry that he have was so expensive, like a lot of money. But they came in the church they rob him. Yes, that's what they did. They came and robbed him. I'm not saying what they did is right. I'm just saying he enriched himself into whatever he was getting from the church. I don't know if you know that story. It happened in, I think it was 2.5 years ago, I think it happened. But I don't know if you know that story. You can advise if you know it, because it was in the news. And the sad thing is that that person also is a Jamaican background. That's the sad part. Bishop Pliny, it was 1 million in ring and yes, that's the one. That's the one. So I understand what Sharpening Iron say, that you should hold these individuals accountable. I understand that, but I'm trying to say that we have a generation that say that they are walking in God, using the name of God to enrich themselves. It's not about saving God people's soul. It's not about, they're not in the process of saving people's soul from their sin of and not going to hell. I don't know how we reach to this part of the topic, guys, but it's also good to discuss these things too, you know. But I'm telling you, a lot of them is not into the saving of people's soul. They reach to a different part in their life. There's a next example. We can find a lot of example. He's currently in prison. Yeah, even Jesus didn't take the loaf of bread, a fish out of his pocket. He collected from the people and multiplied to feed the people. Yes, but do you know you have, okay, Sharpening Iron, do you know that is a spiritual? He showed you the physical part of it, but you know it's a spiritual part Jesus was trying to get to us. It's not about the, you know, he used the physical part of that to demonstrate that that's what should happen spiritual. You're feeding the people the word of God. You're giving them the word of God. So that what happened when he feed 5 loaves of bread and the fishes, the 5 fish. That is a physical act he was showing to mankind, but there was a spiritual act behind it. You understand? They always, in everything that written in the Bible, you have most of it, you have the spiritual, you have the physical part showing you as an example that we can understand, but there's a spiritual part to that. What is the spiritual part? Is to feed the people that are hungry for Christ. A lot of people is hungry for Christ, you know? They want to know him. They want to be saved. But the thing is, people doing it a different way around. But I am not here saying that all churches like this. I'm not saying that because I'm a believer myself, so I would never say that. But unfortunately, we are in a time where people are not getting the truth anymore. You understand? They are not feeding the people the word of God anymore, but they are feeding them with something else, but not the word of God. I get it. We have dealing with people abusing money and power for the age, and it's not going anywhere soon. Anytime that deal with people, you run the risk of good and evil. Yeah, it's true. It's true. One of the worst act happened was in Jamaica, and this was a serious act, and the guy actually passed away on his way to transfer. They were transferring from Mobay into Kingston to go to court because they were trying to get set up so he can have a court day in court. And not the funny thing, the sad thing about that situation was that person grew up knowing the truth. That person was baptized. He was I don't know. He just get led away into a different side, into the dark side, the side of evil. But he didn't grow up like that. He grew up knowing the truth, right? He deceived 100 of people that he have following him. It was in Mobay. Actually, that was bad. I don't know if you did hear about the story. It's so bad. Even now, I cannot comprehend it. That people would be brainwashed so bad that they believe everything that this person, he said he was a prophet. And they believe every single thing that he said. Such a belief sharpening iron that they started to, I don't know if you know that story. He gathered all of them one night, or I don't know if it was in the morning. He take away their cell phone from them, everything. So when you go inside, they take away whatever cell phone technology you have. They take it away, and they close the door. I don't know if you know this story, but it's very sad. Even me talking about it now is really, really sad. And the people them that was in it is it's not ordinary people. You have people that was from the police force that is in it. Some of even through some form of government was in it. All different society, teachers, lawyers. It was, I don't know what happened, but it was a serious thing. And he convinced them that they will seek paradise. And he started to, one by one, is somebody end up open the door to get help and get the police to come. If the police didn't come, I don't want to say exactly what he did, but it's terrible. It's so bad that I don't want to talk step by step what this person did. If the police didn't come to rescue the people, every one of them would gone. When I say gone, I mean gone. No more life in them. Because he was dealing with Satan himself and at the same time saying that he's a prophet from God. On his way from Mobay to Kingston, the car crashed and he died instantly. Some people will say you cannot play with God and get away. But you know, God's judgment don't really come quickly to us. It will come slowly. Some people will come quick, some people God don't judge us like how we judge one another, you know. I don't know if he could have get forgiveness. I don't know. That's between him and God. I don't know if you guys know this story, but it's very sad. It just happened like, I think it's about, when it happened, maybe 3 years ago, I think. It's very, very sad. So what I'm saying is that we have a lot of false people, false pretenders out there trying to, and you know the sad thing about it, every time something bad happens, they don't call out, just as what you said a while ago, Shamini, they don't call out the person directly. They always say the church. So the church always get a bad name for what, if it's 1%, I think they go for anything in the world. You always hear about the egg, the egg, you know, if one egg spoil, it can spoil the whole tree. So when an event like this happened, they didn't say so and so, they said the church or they said the Christian and all these things. Sad thing is that the club sell cheap liquor for the price, and price growth all over the world, but for some reason the church is more under attack than the corrupt government. But yeah. No, that is true. Being fulfilled. Yeah, the prophet have to be fulfilled, yes. No, that is true. The church is under attack now than ever before. That is very true what you're saying. And it will be for this, as I say, it's for fulfillment. But yeah, the sad part I was saying to you is that when something happened, they put it, just as how you're saying, you cannot put it, use one brush to brush everybody. Well, every time if you check the news, when something like this happen, They said the Christian people them, or they said the church. So they never yet like narrow it down to just this person or whatever, and to call out that this is a false prophet or false whatever. They never do that. They just use one brush and paint it broad. It's sad. I don't like to talk about it because it's sad. But the reality is it is there and it's true. It's just as what you said, good and evil. Good is there, evil is there. And or where do you think it's always? It's in the church. It's there. It's always there. Remember, good and evil. From heaven, Satan was kicked out because he become evil spirit, and he was kicked out of heaven because of that. So these things will always be there, to be honest. But it's for us to discern and know what is good from what is not good, know what we are getting ourselves into. You know, we must always ask some question too, because that's one of the biggest problem, that because you submit don't mean that you cannot ask question. If you see something that is contrary to what is written, for example, in the Bible, you should ask question on it. You know, don't just listen to everything. That's why it's good for us to know the Bible. Just as well, you could quote a couple of scripture here. It's good for us to know the Bible for ourselves, so we're not easily check. Knowing the Bible don't mean you can interpret, because not everybody know how to interpret it. That's also a gift from God too, because you can read it, get a different understanding. I read it, I get a different understanding. The next person read it, they get a different understanding. So everybody can get different understanding. So that's why we need God. We need to ask God to open our understanding and to understand, and open our eyes that we understand what we read and see. Because some things is written in the Old Testament is different from what written in the New Testament, but they are connected. But if you don't know how to connect it together, then you might not have a good understanding. You know, you can mislead or misinterpret it because of what you see. But as I said, I don't know how we get here, guys, but sometimes we have to, if this is where we need to be, then I don't know. But it's still a part of what is better in the past than versus now, because people were more God fearing in the past than now. I can attest to that there were more fear in people's heart for the house of God, for Christian, for the church, than what is there now. People don't even scare now. People walk in the church with gun, they do all type of things. Back in the days, people were scared to do that. No matter which country, they were scared to do that. You know, there's a part in the Bible that said knowledge will increase. Well, knowledge has been increased already. But the more knowledge a human being get, is the more powerful and independent they will become. They will not, they don't depend, because they feel like they have so much power in their hand now because of knowledge. And this is what happened to all the nations, especially when it comes to the leader of the world, because they feel so powerful in their mind that they don't have to look up to a higher power. And that's saying all of them, but quite a few of them is like that. You understand? Guys, make sure you give the video a like. I appreciate that. Give a thumbs up. I appreciate that. But Chamlin, I and my brother, we are living in a serious time. A very serious time. I don't know if David is still here. But we are living in a time that is not easy. It's not easy. And you remember the part in the Bible say, perilous time will come. Perilous time has come, and it's still going on, and it will even get worse. But it's going to be hard. There's a part in the Bible written. for his, he said, for his elect's sake, he will shorten the days. Because the reason why he said he will shorten the days, because of what happening now. People is getting so distracted. A lot of people will lose courage and lose faith. So he read in the Bible say he will shorten the days for his elect's sake. Because I'm telling you guys, if earth will be like this forever, I don't know what will happen with mankind. We will only destroy ourselves. Yeah, we will only destroy ourselves. I pray that God will have mercy on me personally, that I will find favor with him. Because things that happens, as I remember I was saying before, that things overtake us. Things will overtake us so bad and so quick. If we lose focus, we find ourselves lost. We find ourselves lost. But there's still hope. There's still a light at the end of the tunnel. We still have to have faith. We still have to believe. We still have to do this thing. We still have to have faith. Yes, he's coming back for the church without spot and wrinkle. He's not talking about the building. Exactly, I know. The building definitely is just a temporary area. Because we are the church, the soul of the people is the church. Yeah. What the person is looking for in the church is definitely is there, because everyone in there has a past. Yeah, that is true, my brother. That is definitely true. That is definitely true. Yeah, and that's, you bring up a good point here, because sometimes I don't know if people really think this way, but when they say church, they're thinking about the building. Most time when somebody mention church, we are thinking about the building that we enter in. The building represent more like an altar, a place where you come to submit or to find forgiveness. Because if you check the Old Testament, everywhere they went, they built an altar. An altar is a place that you confess, you seek forgiveness. So the church that we call church now, the temples that we attend now, should represent that, a meeting point where you come to present, is an altar. So, yes. But at the same time, your altar can also be in your house, because you can make a secret place of your house where you use for going on your knees, if you do that, standing, if you do that, whatever way how you reach out. Some people fall on their face. It depends. Everybody do it differently, trying to reach their savior. David, he take off his clothes, he went into ash, he prostrate on the floor, on the ground. So people pray in different ways. But the church, as you said, the church is really your soul, your heart, your soul, because your soul is the spirit of a man, of human being. People don't understand. The soul is the spiritual part of you. Yes. Because physical part is what you can see. You can see me talking to you, physical part. But the soul is the spiritual, the part that is speaking. That is the spiritual part. That's why when we dead, that part go, and the flesh go, there's a separation. The spirit going this, and the flesh going down. Big separation. Big separation. So when God surrender your heart and not your garment, that's what he's trying to say. He need your soul, because that's what is important. I request that to you guess up. Greeting, I am Evan. Hey, welcome, welcome. What are you I don't know what you're saying now. So it's important. It's important for us. I don't know, guys, but I'm telling you, we don't know if how we even reached to this, but maybe God wanted to be like this, you know. Because I think it's still on topic. I think we're still on topic here. I think we're still on topic. But this is a good discussion, to be honest. You know, they always say there's two things that you always must not start, yeah? Talking about the church and politics. These are two things that will have you going at it non-stop. But we have to talk about these things. We have to. As human beings, we have to. We cannot run away from it. We have to talk about it. How can we learn? How can we become better if we don't talk about these things? You know? We have to. So what is better now? Or what was better then? What was better in the past versus today? I'm telling you guys. I really enjoy this discussion because I think it's very important for us to discuss, to have different type of discussion. I think it's very important. Very, very important. Shamin, you it's like you want me to come into a preacher. I'm not a preacher, you know. I never see myself preaching. I never see myself doing such thing. But maybe, but you never know. Who was it that running away from God? And wherever he run, God find him. Who was it again? Was it Jonah? Who was it running away from God? But you're welcome. How are you doing? We're here discussing what is better in the past versus now. So I don't know if you want to contribute to this discussion. Anybody want to come up on the platform? I think I can take a guest up. Anybody would like to? I think so. I don't know. One time they restricted it, so I don't know if it's still available. But make I try. I don't know if it's still possible. I dropped the link in there. If any one of you guys want to come up, feel free to do. You don't have to show your face. You can just have your mic on. Maybe you can contribute a bit more. So, as I said, guys, it's very important to learn from our past so we can know where we're going. Take what we have to make us better, stronger. You know, we need to be always remember, hey guys, they talk about that. You see, the stock market is crashed, has been crashed. The stock market is in limbo. What's the time now in the US? The stock market is in limbo. I'm telling you, crazy things going on around the world. What is the time now? What is going on? What's going on? It's 8:48 a.m. Oh, so the market don't open it there. Are you open from 9 o'clock or 8? I can't remember. I think it opened from 8 or 9. I can't remember. Stock market, I can't remember. Guys, I have so much things in my mind that I wanted to discuss different from this topic. But I think I end up end up a little bit away from what it should be, right? But as I said, maybe God wanted to be like this. It's a sad time, and also at the same time, we cannot just say everything is dark and blue. We have to look on the positive side of life also, and remember that in everything there should be a better day. But at the same time, whatever decision that we do now will always affect what happens tomorrow. This guy will happen to him. Stock market open at 9:30. Hey, you're gonna see a big fall. I hope you guys are not buying stock. I know what I should say is that maybe it's the best time to buy stock. Maybe. Because everything is going down. But I can't even tell you when to buy because everything is just down now that I don't know if you buy it now you're gonna lose a lot because it keep going down, or if you buy it now, what will happen? Because it go daily, like whatever happened in the world, it changed everything. It could be minute by minute, so you could lose a lot of money in minutes or hours. It depends. But I don't know if you guys do stocks, but hey, I'm not talking. I'm just talking about that the gas price went up from the gas was at 80. I think it went down as low as 78 per barrel. Now it went up to this morning. It went up to 116, but it leveled back down to 102. You can see the big difference. When I passed the petrol station this morning, up to Friday, the petrol station was 130. Was it 130? 132. This morning when I passed, that was Friday. This morning when I passed, today's Monday, is at 143, 144, someplace 146, someplace 149. Just over the weekend, what happened between Friday and today? So you guys, if you drive, if you go into the pump, I don't know, in America, maybe the same thing. You're gonna see a big difference in your petrol. I don't know if we can do anything about that. I don't think we can do anything about that. Unless you could have buy up the petrol from last week and save it or fill up the car from last week. But for this week, I think you're going to even push further up. Unless Mr. President come up with an idea where he can do something to stop that. Well, I don't know, but we are praying to God. We are praying to God that something will happen in a good way, not a bad way. Because the problem is this is gonna affect a lot of people. There's a lot of country, as I was talking at the beginning, to say we have a lot of country that is more importing than exporting. And because of that, it drives up the price of everything. And that's what causing a lot of problem. So whatever you buy last week, I'm not talking about last month, whatever you buy in your supermarket shopping or any shopping you did last week, I guarantee you this week, if you keep that receipt and go back and buy the same item, you will see a difference in it. You will see a difference, and maybe in some cases a big difference too. So what can we do but pray, guys, and have faith that God will help us through this rough time, because we need it. We need help through this rough time. You know, I would love to visit the US, but I'm not sure if I want to visit this year or next year, maybe. Not next year neither. Maybe further down. I don't know yet. We see how that go. We see how that go. We see how that go. Because going overseas can be difficult. Depends which part you're going now. It can be difficult. I still don't give up on my African dream. I want to visit South Africa one day. I love to visit South Africa one day. Maybe that would be my first entry into the African continent. Maybe. I would like to visit South Africa. Yeah. Where you guys would love to visit for this summer coming? Where you guys would love to go for the summer coming? Anybody have any? I don't want to say you're planning, but somewhere that you would love to be after the winter is coming to a close now. For most countries, the winter going to change by next month. We're in spring. You know, which country you guys would love to go at this time? Also, if you're a football lover, this year they're having the World Cup in the US. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but I will see. I wish if Jamaica was in it, but unfortunately they didn't get qualified. Italy. You know, I don't know, but when you live so close to this country, like in this area, you see, I really cannot find this place to be somewhere I want to go. Me personally. Because for me, the climate is similar. You know? So the climate is similar. Yeah, they speak different language. They have fairly different culture. But to me, it feel like I'm almost at the same place. Because they are so close to each other, like you crossover. I can take a train. I think they have a train. I forgot the line of that train. You can take a train straight from here into France, and then you can continue from France to the different areas like Italy, Germany, all these different places. You don't have to take. You don't have to fly. You can just use train. They're not that cheap. They're not cheap, but you can use them. And for me personally, it's always feel like I'm in the same area. But there's a place I really like, and it's Venice. Venice is beautiful. I really like Venice. I hope I will get to go there one day. I've been there before, but not really as a tourist. Was what can I say? Was a yeah, I could say maybe as a tourist because but it was like a work thing. Oh, the food, I like the Italian food there. The food is nice. They have, Italian known for pasta, Italian known for pizza and pasta. Oh, I give you a joke because I've been there, you see. I give you a joke. Now remember, I'm a Jamaican, yeah, born and grown. And it was my first time to be there. I was doing transit, and I was very hungry. I was tired, but I was hungry, and I went out at a restaurant. No, I didn't know. I didn't do research to say, okay, this country is so and so and so. So I go there and I tell them, what do you have to eat? They give me the list, the menu. I am looking and I cannot really see anything that I really want to eat or look familiar that I could eat. So I said to them, to the waiter, I said, do you have any, and I'm telling you a true story, guys. Do you have any chicken and rice? The server actually look and they laugh. I see they're not laughing. They didn't do it in front of me directly, but I see them like laughing to each other because maybe they were saying, "Where this guy, where this guy came from?" Yeah, he don't know which country he's in. He don't know where is he. But honestly, I didn't too much into whatever the culture, what they eat. I tell the guy that I need chicken, and rice, chicken and rice. The guy said they only do pasta here, pasta, seafood, pasta with clam, with snail, all these things. I said, but I cannot eat that. I'm a Jamaican. I cannot. I need food, real food. I'm telling you, that was an experience because after I have to settle with what they have. They have pasta, order the pasta, whatever pasta the name was. I don't remember the name now. When it come to me, all I see in it was, as I said before, these different things that look like they came out of the sea with shell. I'm saying it like that, seafood stuff. But I couldn't see myself eating it. So I have to pick out those things. I only eat the pasta itself. And then I have to go and ask them, do they have any American food, fast food place in this area? And somebody say, oh, there is a KFC so and so. You go this way, go that way. And guys, that's where I head to because what they give me could never fill my tummy. I was so hungry. I have to find a fast food place. And that, it wasn't me alone. It's as I said, it was work related. So it's a group of us. We are heading home. So we are in transit. We're in transit, And man, we find that fast food place and we get chicken. We get chicken. You say you're laughing, yeah? But you have to understand, Pasta crab legs are good. Hey, I'm not saying it's not. No, I love crab legs, but it's too much work to eat it because you have to. It's too much work. I want something I can cut and eat right away, especially when you're hungry. These type of things is when you're half full and you just want to, you know, if you're half full already, you eat slow. You can play around with that. But man, when you're hungry, you just want to eat right away. There's no time to be cracking the crab legs or these things. And the seafood, remember, I don't eat. Listen, it was scary for me because I see some things like looking like snail and all these things. So that was my first encounter being passing through Italy, where I get to understand, I get to learn it quick that they don't really cater for the Western type of food that we used to. It's all about their culture and you have to adjust a lot. But now I think now I understand I can go and maybe enjoy it a bit better. I know exactly what I could order now than then. But if you are going there, you have to make sure you remember, yeah, this is what you're gonna get. A lot of pasta food with they do great pizza, they do nice pizza. You will enjoy the pizza, you know. But don't go there and ask for chicken. Don't ask for rice. You're not gonna get that. Because they didn't have rice, they didn't have chicken. They do some form of chicken thing, but it's like cubes, small piece where they maybe a pasta dish, but not like what I wanted. I couldn't even find those type of chicken you're looking. Where's the chicken? You can't even find it because they're cut very tiny, very small. So you like pasta and crab legs? That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, the market open. You said at 9:30. Okay, very good. Shamlin Iron, I don't know if you're a seafood man, if you're a pasta person, what you think about this. But for me, hey, I need real good food, especially when you're hungry. So yeah, Italy is a nice place for tourism, for visiting. It's nice. Um, I never France. Not too sure. Germany also, you know. Atem is not so bad also. But if you come in the summer, I think the thing is you have to come in the summertime to really enjoy these places. Winter is not the best. So if you come in the summertime, you will definitely enjoy it. For me, I really love to visit, as I said, South Africa. And then after South Africa, I really wanted to go maybe into the Philippines, somewhere there. One of those countries, Vietnam or so. But as I said, we all have to choose, do our research and see when is the best time or which place is the best place to go because, if you don't want to be disappointed, you make sure you choose the right place. But you have to plan. You have to plan. But for me, anywhere the sun is, actually, I mentioned in South Africa, and that I have to remember that South Africa, they have winter in summer. So going there in summer is not a good time because they have winter in summer. Quite a few countries like that. The winter, even Australia, the winter is in summer. Australia is a nice country, but very far. 16, 17, 18 hours before you reach there. Depends where you're flying from. Very, very far. Yeah. Depends where you're flying from. Yeah. It depends where you're flying from, to be honest. but you never know. Um, I don't know if you guys, all of us watch the same people, but watch. I love to watch Mara and also watch um the manga sometime. I watch the video sometime. If I'm busy, I can't, but I watch it most of the time. Even maybe after, maybe not the same time when they put it out. Um, but for I have to say, Warsaw, the best in Poland. It's a nice country, but you have to be a bit careful over there because these people don't think like how we think. The culture is a bit different, big time different. So I saw a video there. So I just say that you have to be very careful because these people don't think the way how we think, and they are not. I just putting this to part in there as an encouragement. They are not. They are not in the same mindset as us. You know, even here where I live in the UK, people don't really tell people morning. They they don't know about community. It's not how we grow up with community or in a community with a community, looking out for you know knowing our one another. They don't do that here. Everybody is in their own bubble, separated in their own ways, culture and everything separated. So we don't have that bond, that connection. I don't even know my neighbor, and my neighbor don't know me. Stuff like that. We only might see each other going out, coming in, but that's it. So the culture, that's why I see making content here can be difficult because for me personally, it's not easy. You will check my video, you see how much content I try to make, but it's hard to get interaction. Hard to get people to interact because they don't into those type of things. When I'm in Jamaica, I can take up the camera. People will call me, come, video me, show my produce, show what I'm doing. People quickly interact with you. It's not like that. They're more like see it as you're interfering in their space. They like to keep people at a distance, So these are some of the things that I experience for myself being as a outsider trying to live in this type of country and stuff. It's a lot of adjustment. I know this is a bit off the topic. It's a lot of adjustment you have to make to not to say you want to fit in, but to just survive and make it. You have to adjust. But at the same time, that don't mean that you will not find one and two people that you can talk to, engage with and stuff. Because people have to understand as a content creator, making content is about, it depends what type of content you make, but being a vlogger, walking around content and stuff like that, we need to interact. You need to find people to interact. You need to, have that energy, sharing different thoughts and stuff like that. That made the video come alive. That make things more interested, But as I said, it's not easy to get those type of reaction in this part of the world. People just want to keep in their own bubbles. They're not afraid to tell you that you are violating their space. They're not scared to tell you that they don't want to be on the camera, which in that is okay, as I always say in my video, because everybody should be respected in their own way. you know. But it's just not the way of how we grow as a community, you know, that community spirit and looking out for each other and stuff like that. That is not in this type of country anymore. Maybe if it was before, that was a long time ago. Not now. It's worse now than before. So, you know, culture shock is a lot. It's a lot different. It's a lot different. So, living into a different country and trying to go through the process to adjust and to find your way, it you will learn a lot of lessons in between. You will learn a lot of things. You will learn a lot of things. You will learn. Some of them will be good. Some will be bad. But we have to, keep strong. Do what we can do to make life better for ourselves. It's not easy, but we have to try. Because you see now, for example, today outside it's very, very foggy and it's cold. Now, if I go out there with a camera put up in my hand like this, walking around to make a video, first of all, my hand gonna freeze off. Even if you have a gloves, it's not 100% good. And you're more unlikely just gonna be talking to yourself because you will not find people on the road. The only time you find a lot of people if you go into the town itself, into the plazas, and they will be just passing, and you cannot really hold up the camera. You know, recently, when I'm making video now, my camera is down like this. I cannot do like this. Because make a video, you want the camera to be up. Because it's just the environment that you're in. So these are the things that we have to just adjust. So yeah, we hope and we pray for the best as we continue to do what we can do. Man, this we change from one to the other today, but at the end of the day, I think it's all good. No one want to come up to say hi. I dropped the link. Not one of you guys want to come and say hi. Come on my platform. I dropped the link. If you look in the chat, you see the link there. None of you guys want to come up and say hi. Any content creator here in the house? Anybody? I don't know if any one of you are content creator. Because I think if it was a content creator here, I think you guys will be up on my platform already. I know Sharpening Iron. Sharpening Iron, you haven't made content yet? Have you ever made content? Have you ever placed anything on your channel? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know if Sharpening Iron is still here. But you never know, guys. I did a video recently saying that it's good for you. I was explaining like how to start your content, how to start your channel, uploading in your first video, the different steps in it. I was just talking it through the different steps, how to go about it. I didn't really put insert any pictures or anything. So if any of you guys interested to do that, hold on. The first step is the hardest step. The first step is I want to get my water here. But the first step as a content creator is your first video. It's the hardest, But after your first video, you can go back and look at it and you will either like it or you're not gonna like it. But you can see how well you're done. So I don't know if any one of you watching, if you really want to start that journey. As you can see, it's not is not really an easy thing to do. But for some people, you never know. It's like it can happen like that for you. So I would encourage it if you want to, guys, go for it. Go for it. Being a content creator for a lot of people is just documenting not your day-to-day life, but is what you want to share. You may be doing some you may be at an event that's showing some nice food and stuff like that, and you just document it and you can post it as long as you don't have copyright music in it. It's all left up to you what you like to do. But you don't have to be personal like this. You don't have to be like this, like showing your face and stuff. Some people don't even do that. They just show the environment, show what they're doing, or show what you want to show. And you never know. But one thing I can say is that, people who's retiring now, there's a big appetite for that out there, for retiree. If you check all of people who's on YouTube now and they say that they're retiree, go and check out their content. All of them is getting great views and everything. There's something about people who retired. I even make a video touching on that a bit. People just want to hear about how they're getting through life, what they're doing now, how they're adjusting to not to be working anymore, how you adjust financially, not getting that fixed salary that you would have get before. So there's a big audience out there now for people who's retired. Yeah. They said the age 40 upward is good to open a channel, and share something on it. So I'm encouraging you guys. I don't know if any one of you have that in mind to do, but think about it. You never know. Maybe you become a big time content creator. You never know. All right, guys, I will end here. I have a meeting. I have somewhere to go just now. So I'm going to go there. I don't know. Maybe I will show live driving there. Just going to show the road. Maybe I will do that. So I'm going to close off the live here. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for the contribution of the interaction in the chat. That was very, very helpful and very good. It's good when you can interact because it makes the life more meaningful and you can always learn from each other and, help out each other when it comes to discussion. So that was very, very good. If you guys are here from the start till now, I really appreciate it because I think we're over hour doing this live now. So I really appreciate that because you could have been somewhere else, but you take the time to spend some time with me. I appreciate you. Remember to make sure you give a thumbs up. I appreciate that. It helps also, guys. And see you in the live. As I said, I might go live. I might do it live because it's a good little drive that I have to do. So we see how that work out. All right, family. Bless up everyone that came. I don't see anybody in the comments saying anything. Bless up everybody that was here. Really appreciate you so much. Thank you guys for coming and showing your appreciation. And and see you in the next one, all right? Take care, everyone.